we're going to talk about top 7 SEO tips to get free traffic to your store. Welcome. Feel free to drop where you are from in the chats. Let us know where you're from. This is Real Talk, the show where we cover everything on how to optimize your side hustle. We'll go over some of our marketing tips and more. Each week is ever changing, so stay tuned for all ways to maximize your business. And Lexi, let us know why you're worth listening to.
Well, let's see. Why am I worth listening to? I've been at Shopify now for a couple years, and I love helping people with their businesses. And I also studied commerce in university. How about you, Farah?
Amazing. I've been with Shopify for 2 years, so I've helped many stores from business growth to the technical stuff. I also went to business school and I'm an artist entrepreneur running my own brand on multiple social platforms. Okay, so we'll go over it today. The outline, we will be chatting about the top 7 SEO tips to implement for your dropshipping business to get free traffic to your store. While most of these tips are long-term solutions, meaning you'll be getting regular traffic to your website after some time, you will need to be prepared to do some of the basic SEO things to have that regular traffic to your store for free. We'll go over a hot tip as well at the end and also a toolbox tip. And a simple reminder along the way, we'll stop and take your questions. So feel free to drop that in the chat. And you can also access the recording of this stream using the same link that you joined us today. Okay, so we'll take it to the topic of discussion with Lexi.
For sure. So, as mentioned today, we're going to be giving you the top 7 SEO tips and tricks to implement in your store today. Also, if you don't have a Shopify store already, no worries. Just head over to the special Real Talks link and sign up for a free 14-day trial today. You won't be charged, and if you need any sort of help from us, just do let us know. We have a very special opportunity for you to get some help from our merchant success team who can help you by checking out your store design. If there are any ways to improve or to drive more traffic or increase your conversion rate, if you need help with product selection as well as getting traffic to your store through Facebook ads, Instagram, or TikTok influencers, basically, if you need help running any aspect of your business, reach out. We can help. If you want to get such help from us, make sure you go to the Oberlo app and in the bottom right, click on the support button. Now, this is where you want to put in hashtag real talk. Put that tag right into your message and write your question where you need help from us. Just make sure to use that tag, hashtag real talk, so that our system won't get lost. Our system can like track it, put in a special mailbox, goes to the right people, and then we know that you found us on Real Talk. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into our first SEO tip on our list today.
All right, tip number 1, website structure is key. Having a properly structured website can be the difference between not only ranking on the search results, but also increasing the chance of a purchase. There's lots of opportunities to improve your website structure, but we're going to start with a simple navigation and clean URLs for your Shopify store. So there's 2 parts to website structure that can impact your Shopify store immediately, which are the Breadcrumb Navigation and clean URLs. Breadcrumb Navigation simply shows users where they are right now, and they know it by checking the navigation within the store. In other words, they don't need to check the URL to see it. Shopify has a quick guide on how to do this in your store. Breadcrumb Navigation helps with the site mapping and the organization of your site structure, as well as on-site click-through rates of potential customers visiting your Shopify store. Okay, and the second website structure optimization would be clean URLs. A clean URL is a readable URL slug for visitors. They're intended for both visitors and Google to improve usability and accessibility by being somewhat meaningful and without having weird characters, words, or symbols. This is what a messy URL looks like If you just take a look in the slide, there's www.yourstore.domain.com/index.php ? Page = blog. Ooh, that's that's kind of lengthy. And then the clean URL looks like www.yourstoredomain.com/blog. Sounds cleaner, right?
Ooh, nice and clean and tidy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tip number 2. All right, you want to optimize your product pages. Simply copying and pasting product descriptions or importing product descriptions from competitors or AliExpress isn't going to be enough. Product descriptions and product pages are truly a vital part to your Shopify store's success. Take advantage of and optimize every area of your website, including H1s, meta titles, and meta descriptions. Make your product descriptions stand out in creative and unique ways by sticking to your branding, minimizing the use of jargon, and keeping your descriptions easy to read and scan. Utilizing bullet points to distinguish particular features and benefits, and speaking to the buyer persona through your copy. So you really, 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 really don't want to copy and paste product descriptions. Duplicate content across multiple websites destroys your SEO. So you're going to want to write some really nice product descriptions and product titles that are creative, but that also connect with your customer. So you don't want to just be like, look, product, plastic, buy. You want to say like, this product is going to like change your life. It's going to make, tell people that need or benefit that product brings to them.
100%. Yeah, I feel like that is the piece that some stores do miss out on, and it's definitely really important because we always look at the description to see what that product is and why do I need it. Which brings us to tip number 3, picking the right keywords. We're going to dive into another less technical process that's equally important, which is the in-depth keyword research. We'll help you start with a strong keyword foundation that will make or break your e-commerce SEO efforts so that you could save time and money. And then we're going to take you through the process step by step. A tool like Google Keyword Planner will allow you to find keyword information. You can collect average monthly search volume, average CPCs, and the competition of that keyword in the world of SEM. This is a great tool for beginners to kickstart keyword research. We're going to discuss what to look for. We want keywords that have a high volume of search per month, but are also high intent keywords. And these can be keywords that can eventually lead to customers. When checking through those keywords, be sure to actually Google them. See if you have any opportunity to rank for them. If you are competing against big name companies, it is worth looking for longer tail keywords to compete for. A paid tool like Ahrefs or Mangools will give you a better idea of keyword difficulties and competition to help you prioritize opportunities. Nonetheless, you can simply be ahead of your competition just by using Google to find keywords that your store might rank. Also, make sure to remember that this is a long-term process, so your store might start ranking only after a month or so. Okay. And we'll take it to tip number 4 with Lexi.
Yes. So, picking the right keywords, so important. All right. The next one is use alt text in your images. So, if you've ever added an image to a website, whether through some platform like Shopify or by hand via code, you probably know about alt text. Alt text is used in various ways. It can be displayed instead of an image, for example, if the link is broken, or in some browsers, it might be displayed when the cursor or the user's cursor hovers over the image. Alt text is another way to get your important keywords on your site. When a search engine crawls a website, it has no way of knowing what your images are or why they are on a specific page. However, the alt text can tell search engines that your image is an image of a lawnmower or whatever the image is. This helps give further context to the page as well That is, a page with the image of a lawnmower on it probably contains some content about lawnmowers. You want to try to avoid instances where alt text may not be displayed at all. Fixing this will ensure that alt text is available for your product images and result in your products appearing in image searches for specific words, keywords related to the image. Plus, with Shopify, it's super easy to set up within the product page. You're just going to click on the image within your product page when editing the product and update that alt text. So, like I said before here, the real big takeaway is that Google can't see what's in your pictures. And a lot of customers or potential customers will often do image searches when looking for products. Another thing is alt text is required in some places just for accessibility. If you have a user who is hard of hearing, they will be able to, not hard of hearing, hard of seeing if you can't see, and they use a screen reader that reads the alt text to them. The better your alt text is, the more likely that they'll be able to actually get a feel for your website.
Definitely. So we are moving on now to tip number 5. Writing share-worthy blog content. When doing content writing for e-commerce sites, you might want to write about how awesome your products are, but if that isn't formatted in a way that's easy for people to read, you won't see results in the search engines. And with the blog, you can optimize each post for a keyword that you aren't targeting with the main pages of your site. As with your website pages, your blog posts need to be high quality and reader friendly. Again, you can easily do this just by checking how competitors are doing this, so you can improve this even further and write amazing and Google friendly blog posts with your Shopify store so your site will rank. Okay. If your posts are keyword stuffed or low quality, your customers will not read them and they certainly won't share them. Also, as you know, Google will penalize you if you overuse keywords throughout your content. So make sure you're placing your keywords in a natural way instead of trying to add as much as possible to your store pages. For example, if you're an e-commerce business that sells dresses, you might write a series of posts on how to select the perfect dress for their upcoming summer season. What are your current trends? Or even include creative tips like a list on how to mix and dress up with different styles. So it's a good example there. And now we'll move on to tip number 6 with Lexi.
Yeah. So one quick thing to add for question 5. If you Google your keyword and then you scroll all the way bottom to the page, there will also be that section on Google that says people also searched for or related searches. That's a really good way to find potential blog article ideas because those searches are usually a fair bit longer. So that's just a fun tip to keep in mind.
Good tip.
So tip number 6, I kind of brought this up before, so we're going to really drive this home. Avoid duplicate content. You see that thing, you want to copy and paste it? Don't. All right. If you are a retailer instead of a manufacturer and you sell products produced by other companies online, you've probably received product descriptions directly from the manufacturer. While it's best practice to include as much information about your products as possible, you should do what you can to avoid duplicating any product descriptions or product copy that has been provided to you. Nowadays, more and more websites are being penalized for duplicating their product copy. To avoid hurting your rankings, your goal should be to create new, unique descriptions for each item that you carry. Although this can be difficult, time-consuming, especially if you carry a lot of items, it can help set you apart from the competition. So for this reason, we always recommend not overloading your store with a ton of products, as you can make it up with additional blog posts, making sure you're following our previous tips on SEO without taking too much time on maintaining hundreds of products in your store. Readers like clear, interesting, and easy to understand product descriptions. But injecting a little humor does help. 2. And anything else that you can do to put a new spin on your subject will probably be appreciated. Aim for 3 to 5 concise sentences describing your product, being sure to use the appropriate keywords or phrases that you think the item in question should rank for. You also want to avoid copying blog posts or other original content from manufacturers. Not only is this a bad idea when it comes to duplicate content, it's also probably frowned upon by the company. Many distributors and manufacturers have content marketing plans just like you. If you see something on a manufacturer's website that you'd like to use, send them an email and ask for permission first. All right.
Always
Yeah.
ask permission. We never think about that, right? But definitely ask permission. I see some great questions in the chat, and I'm glad you are asking those questions. So if you feel free to drop those questions in the chat while we are streaming, because you can get that instant answer right away on there. And then, like Lexi was saying, hashtag real talk and drop that in the little bubble on the bottom right hand corner of the Oberlo page, because that's definitely going to help you get some answers on some questions that you might have. Okay. Tip number 7, mobile first always. One of the most important tips here is to make sure that your store is optimized for mobile devices and customers who are using their mobile devices. Not only is this an important one when running paid ads, since 90% of customers will use their mobile devices. I'm sure we all do, but also it's super important for Google, as well as their search engine will crawl your store and check how fast and optimized it is for mobile. This can be fixed and implemented by simply installing a good free Shopify theme, and it will be optimized for you right away. Avoid doing weird custom edits for it, and it will be good to go. Right?
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to move on to the hot tip. We're almost at the end of the stream. Wow. Okay. So a hot tip that I can give for you is check out oberlo.com/blogs. This is a section on the Oberlo website that I do love, because you would 9 to 5s, or, that's their main income. Get some inspo from those blogs written by entrepreneurs themselves and interviews that you can check out. So definitely go on to that section of the Oberlo website.
Awesome. We have the Shopify created an SEO checklist. It's really useful. So just going in the theme of SEO today, I wanted to give you guys something that you could really focus your SEO efforts. SEO is awesome. It's free. And generally speaking, once you set it up, you can kind of just like set it and leave it and walk away and just kind of look at your Google search console and be like, yes, it's working, or, oh, no, it's not. But usually you put in a lot of work at once, and then you kind of just reap the benefits going forward.
Totally. I like checklists. I like checking things off, so it does definitely help.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so toolbox tip for me, I want you to check out the podcast section of the Oberlo page website, because you can easily just like go and do your own thing, clean your dishes, listen to the podcast while you're doing that, because I know a lot of us are busy. One of the most recent ones that are up on the podcast, and they have one every single month, is the money mindset difference on how to plan for success. And Fiona, who is popularly known as the Millennial Money Woman, she is a financial blogger and a certified financial planner. And her whole business and driving force is helping young professionals build their own business and startup empires. So she gives really good tips. So definitely check out that podcast. There's a new one I feel that was released after the fact. So there's a whole bunch of them. You can go through all of the podcasts actually and just find like really good tips on how to help you even outside of your business. So check that out.
Nice.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen that yet. I'm going to creep that. after this. So I wanted to give you guys a look at the Shopify Compass course. So it's SEO training for beginners, and it comes through Shopify Compass. It's a really, really, really good crash course in SEO. Basically, it takes you through how to do keyword research. You'll get to watch an example of how keyword research is done on a website, a look at the different tools you can use. So I think in the course they use keywords everywhere. I've used keywords surfer. There's tons of keyword tools out there. So look around and see if you can find free ones to use. But this course it's like a start to finish, everything you need to know on how to do SEO. It even introduces building up offsite SEO, like link building. It's just is really good. Like if you've never done anything with SEO and you're like opening up your website, like I don't know where to start. Start with this course. It'll help you. And it kind of makes you feel real smart by the end of it because you start doing your keyword research and like things you didn't think pop up and you're like, oh my goodness. Yes. So there
I
you go.
feel that 100%. I was scared of SEO when I first saw the word SEO. Like I didn't know
Right?
anything about it, and I'm like, oh my god, what is this? But yeah, that course really does help because like it breaks everything down.
Into something that's super easy because like I was the same way. I was like, ooh, SEO, that's for really smart people. And then I took the course and I was like, oh my goodness, I could do this. I could sell my time doing this. This is
Right.
easy. Why is this so scary? It's not that scary. It's just tedious.
Exactly. Take your time. You will get there. We're all smart.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it looks like we have come to the very end of the stream. Wow. So leave a comment in the chat. What did you like? What can we do better? I see a lot of positive comments in the chat. And congratulations. Congratulations. Oh my God. Did I say congratulations? James Gonzalez, you made 5 sales last week. That's amazing. I see that. And a lot of positive comments too about the stream. So if there's anything else that you might want to talk about, put that in the chat. Also, make sure to let us know whether you have any ideas on what you would like to learn from us. Contact us via the Overlow app with the hashtag, again, hashtag real talk. Put your questions where you need help, and our team will be able to help you out as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? We're going to see them next week?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's it. And we'll see them next week. Yeah.
All right. Have a good day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And we'll see you next Monday.